So this is Horizons Park. Just trying out the GoPro on what I'm calling my North Carolina bucket list. I'm gonna take you on a hike, Loop A in Horizons Park. From the parking lot to get to the hiking trails, you're just gonna go right through the walkway. You'll see the sign for the trails. You go past the picnic area. They have some decent restrooms. I think they close them during the winter, but see, picnic area, restrooms, and trails. Coming through this nice shady area, there is a picnic shelter that is always busy, especially this time of year. There is a playground and just a nice paved walking area that is 3 times around to get a mile. But what I'm gonna do is the trails. So here are the restrooms. There's a water fountain. As long as it's seasonal, the restrooms are normally open. To get to the hiking trail, we go past the bathrooms. And I like this park. Everything is well marked. This is the hiking trail. Off this way, you can see the ball field a little further past. So we're gonna go do the hiking trail. Loop A is easy. Anyone could do Loop A. Loop B is a little more difficult. There is just a little more difficult, and it's easier to get lost on Loop B. So we're not getting lost today, which I've been on it many times, but I've been lost a couple. So this is Loop A. It starts out nice and wide, good tree cover, and really good signage. Actually, you can do Loop A in 2 directions, but today we are going to take the first ride up here and go down through Loop A. So they mark Loop A moderate. I'd say it's on the easier end of moderate, but there are a few spots. There is a spot or 2 with stairs. So we're gonna go ahead and take Loop A. You can see the markings right here. Good signs for Loop A. Loop A is an easy 1.03 miles. The great thing about hiking here, which is the case in most North Carolina trails, there's good tree cover. So if it's hot outside, then it's not too bad out here hiking, which is a joy in North Carolina summers. It's your standard trail with, you gotta watch out for some roots. So definitely keep your eyes up. Lots of people trail run it. With my clumsy rating, it's not for me, but it would be a good trail. Loop A would be if you were going to try some fairly easy trail running. This loop is also fairly, not extremely hilly. For North Carolina, there's going to be hills. We're going up a section here. There's lots of ups and downs, but it's very doable. It's a great family hike. Great for anyone. Well marked. You can see the marks on the trees. There's the silver disc and there's this. So, but the trail is wide, and especially if there's not a lot of leaf cover from fall leaves being down, it's not a hard trail to follow. Loop B probably is not during this time of year either. When I got lost and bailed out at a deer stand, that was during the fall. Not what you want to do. But Loop A, easy peasy. The trail has some nice ambiance in the way of little bridges, green, there's some ferns, but mainly now that I'm about 2/10 into the trail, you don't really hear any of the people at the cookout, and you don't hear any of the kids much playing on the playground. It's like you got your own little slice of peace, but you are not far away from anything. So here we start to see signs for Loop B. But again, on this hike, I'm going to stay on Loop A, as Loop A is the best trail for the amount of daylight that I have today. Part of the trail follows a creek, which is really nice. Gives you some nice views of just wilderness, to just enjoy. Not a lot of water sounds, but some nice wilderness and plenty of nice forested views. So when we get to here, here's where we have to pay attention. It's again marked really well. Loop B goes straight ahead. Loop B is more strenuous. I would say Loop B counts as strenuous for the triad. It is 1.23 miles, so not long, but it does have some fairly steep parts. But we are going to follow, and we are going to follow the signs for Loop A. And the signs are well marked when you go through and you cross the bridge. Whenever I hike, I'm always looking for a sign that I took the right turn. And here it's easy to tell. We crossed the bridge, we saw a sign, we are on Loop A. Loop A also has trail markers, which is nice. So this is A4. We're at fourth marker of Loop A. And again, well marked. If we were to go this way, we would go Loop B, and you would start seeing the trail markers saying B1. So if you pay attention, it's really hard to get lost out here, and it's really hard to get off on the wrong trail. The signs lead us. Whenever you make a decision, it confirms the decision that you made. So this is a very easy beginner hike for family or for people who are nervous about hiking in the woods and getting lost. This is Loop A is a very good loop for this. The one section that I would say is a little moderate and could possibly be a small bit confusing is these stairs right here. Add a little more challenge compared to what we've been doing. So we're stairs, Follow our trail up. It's easy to tell where the trail goes. We're climbing up that hill. And we're back on what looks like normal Lupe. Here again, this might be the only kind of confusing part of the thing, although it is well marked. I don't know what this way goes. I think it actually takes you to the playground. Don't quote me on that. But again, it's marked Lupe. We are following Lupe. Going right here by this cool tree. And we are going to Lupe. We're probably more than halfway through at this point. You can see the marker right here. It's telling you which way to go. A lot of people say they're scared to hike because of wildlife. Not gonna say you won't see any, but squirrels and birds, all I've ever seen at Horizons, and I've lived a mile down the street for a while. But as usual, keep your eyes open. And this, here's a nice little up down. Gives you a little practice. We're at location A5 for what you have to deal with in a more difficult hike. This is a good practice hike for Hanging Rock, Pilot Mountain, anything else. Just easy and doable and really peaceful. We've got, right here at this marker, we've got a little offshoot if you want to look out and see kind of where we are. This is my neighborhood, so it's nice and peacefully country. You can get you a field view, just really nice. And then just backtrack to the trail and follow the sign. Lupe goes this way. Back into the nice peaceful cover of the woods. This little interchange here gives you a little more scenery and a little more challenge, as it's a little, and if it is slightly muddy as it is today, you just have to slow it down and take it through over this muddy bridge over at location A6. Nothing better than crossing a bridge in nature. And now we're headed up the next set of stairs. So maybe moderate is true, but still, this is a 1 mile trail, doable for anyone. Take your time, enjoy nature. The stairs aren't steep, they're very wide and very shallow. So other than taking my breath and making me sound like I'm out of shape, because I am, it's not that bad. All right, and then back on my trail, getting closer to the finish. Nice signage to let us know we are not in the wrong place. Interesting fact, I guess. It's interesting. On Loop B, there's a place where you can see an old graveyard, if that's your thing. I thought it was interesting to see it in the middle of the trail, in the middle of the woods, and wonder who used to live there, because that's the only way that there would have been a graveyard, is that there were houses and things there. But there weren't any foundations for any houses, just the graveyard. It was in a little fence. And, you know, it's nice to see things like that that make it interesting. Give a little ambiance to your hike. And if it's not your thing, you just don't look and continue going for peaceful. All right, so here, I believe we have a choice. This is the part that I don't really love, how it's not marked. But I believe to go right, you can see the playground through here. If I go right, I'm gonna end up at the playground, I believe. If we go left, we would end up exactly the way we came in. So either way, you're not gonna get lost. You can see there's the house from the street right past Horizons. So you are certainly, you feel like you are in the middle of nowhere, and you are not, which is a great feeling. So in a second, we should see the playground. So as predicted, we are here coming out at the playground. And it's a nice playground. And over by the picnic shelter, as you start to see the cars, you have that wonderful feeling of knowing that you're done, and you made it. Gonna be a beautiful sun view when we come out of here. Glorious day, maybe 30 minutes before sunset in the end of May And today it's kind of hot and humid and muggy, so it feels like the end of May. Earlier in the week, it felt like March. But we're back to muggy and hot in North Carolina. And this is one of the prettiest roads in Winston-Salem to see coming through here. So this is Horizons Park. Horizons Park is north of Winston-Salem. It has mountain bike trails, which are a little on the tougher end. They don't get ridden a lot. They also have a really nice disc golf course, which is what these people are playing. Students from Wake Forest come, and disc golf enthusiasts, and they're serious about their disc golf. And pretty red barns, which I like barns, and gorgeous trees. So just a nice place to get away and still be within a few miles of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Thank you for hiking with me today.